In this video, we are targeting the elusive European Bullhead Diamond. And if the video helps you, please remember to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. As you can see, they are very tiny fish. Can be interesting to catch. Let's take a look at the trait. It is a sun lover. I always start in a morning server for these. You are definitely going to want to be during the day. Let's look at the bait and lure preferences. So the very first one, eggs, is my favorite to use. Looking through the list, others that jump out, pearl barley, bread, hot dog, and corn can all be used as chum. So keep that in mind. You want to throw those out to attract the fish. Let's look at the gear you want to use. These are really tiny fish. I recommend the greenhorn along with the prologue. And here's a decision for you. I'm targeting the possibility of getting that Common Dace Diamond. So I'm going to go a little high here at 2.2 as opposed to the 1.1 you're going to need to beat the 501 score. So make a decision. Do you want to get the Dace, or do you want to go for the score on the Euro Bullhead and perhaps just cut the line on the Dace or deal with the snaps? And you'll see that when I run through some of the fish caught, why I'm using the 2.2. Waggler bobber is a must in this spot. It moves the least out of the bobbers in the heavy current. It still moves, but you really want to use this one. 10 hook. You can drop down to a 9 for gold diamond. You're not going to get many bullheads if you do that. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. I've caught the Dace dime on this same combination with the 10. Mini golds of Dace and all instances of Euro bullheads. I prefer the eggs. You can use anything on the list, but I like to use the eggs and use the other ones for chum. And then, as I mentioned, the 4 options for chumming. Here's per barley. That's what I'm going to start with. Let's take a look at where we're going to be fishing. Now, I've spent a ton of time trying to catch the diamond, first on my Xbox and then on this one. Xbox took me forever. This one on my PC, not long at all, because I started much smarter than I did the first time. So here is the spot that I like. This is the only one I think is worth using. Here's the main base over here. There are currently 4 known hot spots for the diamond. This one up here around this area is another one. Tried that. Very sparse bite. This one over here is good at the waterfall. You'll get tons and tons and tons and tons of fish, but the only diamond I ever get there is the alpine. I actually have been in the server and seen people get a diamond there, but I don't know how. I can't do it. And then later on, this spot was added. Not one I would choose. We really want to focus on this spot over here, and we'll get a constant bite. You see I have a marker here, and then here's something else that's interesting. I have gotten the Common Dace Diamond here as well on the same gear, and that plays into what I recommend using. So you'll notice I drove a car over. I recommend you spawn in here. You're going to drive your Jeep over here, and the reason for that is extra storage. So when you run out of chum, even with 4, if you're going to do a long session, you may run out of chum. And I do have a video for how to defeat the bug in the storage, and I'll link that at the end of this video. So watch that as well. Now we've covered all the details. Let's have a little fun fishing. I am going to throw out some pearl barley out in the middle, max distance. I like to stand right around here where the 2 rivers meet and fish towards the waterfall. And I'm going to cast a little past where the chum is. Sometimes I pull it up like this. Sometimes I just let it get there. And we'll let it drift to the chum, and we already have a customer. Nibble is a good sign for a bullhead. The dace are going to strike instantly. However, there are plenty of times where you'll get a bullhead to nibble, and then the dace will beat it, and we got a silver European bullhead to start. So while that thing's still active, let's flip back out there and just keep pulling them in. It's really all about quantity here, getting the right setup where the diamond spawns, pull out as many fish as you can, and hope that that diamond spawns in. Now the footage you're going to see after we stop this session, that's a dace because it's an automatic hit, is everything I did last night. I started right before the challenges came up. I selected the challenges, so the challenges come up about 10 p.m. I selected all the challenges to neutral so I could, they just happened to come up where it worked, where I could fish and have those increment. And you'll see that on the clips. And I quit about 11:30, so about an hour and a half. And it was a very successful fishing session. Not always going to be that productive, but I had a pretty hot server. Sometimes that happens. If you're just not getting any luck, nibbles are a good sign. Multiple nibbles, so we know we've got multiple customers there. And this is going to be a bullhead probably. Yeah, looks like another silver. Ah, gold. Gold quickly. Nice. That one fooled me on the tension. That bait's getting low, so I'm going to go ahead and refresh it. Just throw it out in the middle. If you miss a little bit, no big deal. Just adjust where you let your bobber sit. I see something go towards it. Looks like a dace. Let's see if it's actually it. Yep, sure enough. So you can see there why I go with the 2-pound. Because when you get a big dace on, it's a problem on the 1-pound line. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying if you're trying to get a diamond and you want to maximize your time, not your score, choose your line based on which you want to do. And I didn't want to risk losing the dime. I actually need the Dace Diamond on my PC character. Obviously Quad Bingo on my Xbox character. But that Dace is one of the harder ones to get. Again, I have caught it here. Here's more nibbles. Multiple nibbles again, so we know there's plenty of bullhead in there. This one's a smaller one. Silver or bronze. So you can see a quite quick pace of bites, and that's what you want. Just keep cycling through these fish. It's a silver. If you're getting a lot of bites, you could go to a 9 briefly and check it. And by that I mean the multi-nibbles like that. But I'm perfectly successful just sticking with this 10. I don't see any reason to swap for this fish. More nibbles, so plenty of bullheads in there. As long as you're pulling them in like this, there's a good chance the diamond will spawn. I could refresh that bait, but you got 30 to 60 seconds after it goes away before it stops working. And they've been hitting pretty consistently, so let's see if I can get another one before I see a dace. Let's see if the bullhead can beat it. Another small one. This one's got to be a bronze. Definitely. One more bait ball. We'll see if we get lucky. Otherwise, I'll send you to the footage from last night. You see, I want to get that flip just past the bait ball like that, so that it drifts into the bait ball. It's plenty close enough in range right now. The fish that are attracted to that bait ball are going to go to that bait. Comes another bullhead. Workables again. And it looks like another bronze. But you can see a constant flow of European bullheads, and that's what we want, with a secondary chance of getting the Common Dace Diamond and golds of both species on this setup at this spot. I always like double dime spots, or even triple or quadruple dimes. There are some places where you can get multiple dimes. That's going to be a dace, obviously. Looks like a silver. So if you feel confident in your ability to land those, you can go down to the 1 pound line. I just wanted to make sure I didn't lose a diamond dace if I got one. They are going to be, I believe, around 4 pounds. 4 to 1 fight is pretty tough. Not impossible, but risky. And I really didn't care. This particular record, if you're going for the records, will be tied by a zillion people. So it is not one I cared about, getting a high score on the European Bullhead. I just like catching the diamonds, making sure I fill out my card, get the diamond of every species. So that bait ball's almost done. I'll give it one last cast, and then I'll show you one more thing, why I brought the Jeep over here. Come on, give me a big one. As my buddy would say, here, fishy, 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 fishy. It's a bullhead. That doesn't beat that dace. Come on, hurry up. Ah, it's taking too long. What did we get? We got the dace. That could be a gold dace. It's not all bad, but you can see how much that gold dace pushes it. I was hoping for the diamond bullhead there, but you could see that dace streaking over to the bait. And that is a gold dace. I had some of the golds just absolutely peg me full hot, so that one wasn't too bad. Now when you run out of chum, and again you do have the 4 options, come over here. This is why one of the reasons you brought your Jeep, of course, to give you a fast travel. And you can replenish your bait. I can't do it right now because I still have it active. I have to deactivate it, but watch the video that I'm going to link at the end on how to deal with the bug, because if I were to try and move 99 over here right now, it wouldn't work. It would just disappear, the 99. They'd be gone. I couldn't use them for chum. They do stick around as bait, it appears. But watch that video and you'll see all that. So with that, let me leave you with a montage of some of my catches from last night. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like. Please subscribe to the channel. Happy fishing and have a good one.